What's good? It's Unique Divination, and I am here with a celebrity psychic tarot reading. This is a continuation of Michael B. Jordan. So, I had a request to do a reading on Michael B. Jordan. I did a general reading, and then the person requested specific questions. So, I'm going to put it out there right now. Anybody that requests for me to do a celebrity psychic reading, unless you specify a question, it's going to be a general reading. Okay? If you specify a question, I can indulge and answer a little bit better for you. But ultimately, if you don't ask a question, if you just tell me to do a celebrity, it's going to be a general. It's going to be a general reading, right? Because if you don't ask questions, a reading just can be vague, right? And so this question is from Blue Raven 87. And it's, will Michael have the box office success like Will Smith and Samuel Jackson? Will he win an Oscar in the next few years? What about his future movie projects? And what about his film production? So there's a lot going on. Unfortunately, some of these can also be addressed by my pendulum. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my pendulum. Let me get back to that first question. So yeah, these are definitely pendulum questions. So if you're not familiar with my pendulum reading, I need you guys to go back. I used to do lives a lot last year. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do lives, but if you go back, you'll see how I use my pendulum. But I'm going to explain it now. So I'm going to ask a question, right? If the pendulum swings forward and backwards, that's a yes. If it swings left to right, it's a no. If it swings in a circle, it's I don't know, or it's just undecided. If it doesn't move, then it's definitely fucking no. All right, so I'm going to ask the pendulum. Will Michael have the box office success like Will Smith and Samuel Jackson? Will Michael B. Jordan have the box office success like Will Smith and Samuel Jackson? Will he have the same success as Will Smith and Samuel Jackson? And so as you can see, the pendulum is swinging front to back. A good swing. So that indicates a yes, all right? So pendulum, be still. Pendulum, be still. Pendulum, be still. Be still. So the next question I'm going to ask is, will Michael B. Jordan win an Oscar in the next few years? Will Michael B. Jordan win an Oscar in the next few years? Will he win an Oscar in the next few years? In the next 3 years? In the next 2 years? No. In the next year? In the next 3 years? Will he win an Oscar in the next 3 years? All right, so it's looking like it's definitely going to be in the next 3 years, not 1 or 2. So he's got some more work to do. And what I do like about Michael B. Jordan is the fact that he says that he's not taking typical black people roles. He's only taking roles written for white men. And if you guys don't notice, if you haven't noticed, then you're probably living under a rock. But a majority of the roles for black men are stereotypical drug dealers, ignorant, unintelligent, just, dumb shit. So I commend him for having a standard of the movies that he's willing to work in. All right, and so now the next question is about what about future movie products and what about his film production? So we're going to go to the cards for that and see what we get. So I've got 10 of Wands reversed, and then I've got the Knight of Swords. So 10 of Wands reversed. Upright, this is the Lord of Oppression. It means that everything that could go wrong is going to go wrong. Creative wise, pretty much like people are out to slander him. However, when this is reversed, there's no longer any oppression. I believe him taking that stance is going to allow him to get respect in the Hollywood entertainment community. And so we have Sagittarius and Saturn on this card. And so what that represents is he's learned from mistakes and challenges that have come up with him in the past. I don't know what he does as far as production and film, but I believe he tried to venture or is venturing into that arena, and he's come up with some challenges and some obstacles, right? I had to make sure my microphone was working. And so I believe that time period is over of people challenging him, of people not respecting him for what he does. So I definitely believe that he's overcome the obstacles and challenges that have been blocking anything that he's getting ready to do as far as production wise, right? And any projects that he has going on. I have no idea what his projects are. Y'all gonna have to tell me this. I'm just going based off of the cards and my intuition. So he had some challenges and some roads and some obstacles blocking whatever he was trying to pursue. But the blockage is over. Knight of Swords, right? He is now able to talk and communicate with people. And we have Taurus and Gemini. Taurus represents permanence, basically weathering the storm very patiently, not allowing yourself to get too worked up and just riding it out, right? Gemini deals with intellect, reasoning. So he took this approach because he knew it was the best approach to take as far as learning from the mistakes. He made hella mistakes, whether it was who he was trying to communicate with, who he was trying to network with, who he was trying to get to support him. He recognized who was going to support him, who wasn't going to support him. Michael B. Jordan is a very smart person. Okay, so he knows who he needs to talk to. And he's right now working and in transition with working with people that are going to help him produce or any other projects that he's got going on. They're coming soon. So swords represents summertime. I could be off, but I'm going to say that we may see something produced by Michael B. Jordan either by the summertime or I'm going to say the latest the fall. Okay, but he's definitely got something coming. He's been working, he's been building, he's been creating, he's been networking, and he's been using his logic and reasoning as to how he can achieve these things without dealing with inequality, without being labeled a black person, right? People are truly respecting him for his creative influence, right? And so this concludes the supplement to my Michael B. Jordan video. Blue Raven 87. I hope that I was able to answer your questions. And I will be back with another celebrity reading shortly, okay? Alrighty. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing. Alright? If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe so you can get notifications when I drop videos. Alright? Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.